Alright, lights off. Okay, we'll go ahead and we're going to put a new hub in here because your old hub is wobbly.
Correct.
And then you broke it because you don't know how to do anything.
Exactly.
Perfect. Alright, so we got a snap ring back here we got to pull off. And these are too small. That's all I got because I can't find my other ones. So that's a weak one. That was an easy one because it was weak. There's a bigger one underneath this.
Oh, perfect.
Change that to bearing. That's a stiff one. That one really.
Come test those pliers.
Yeah, these are pissed off when you do this. Yeah. Okay, now I found some tools for doing this on the last job I just did. I think I left them over here. There's some tools I purposely left. That looks more like it. Yeah. I don't know which ones I used though, but something. So you gotta find something smaller than bearing. So if it overhangs the hub, it's not the right one, see? So you have to find a smaller one. See that one there looks like it's pretty close. So I think it's smaller. I couldn't measure to make sure, but it's too easy.
Those calipers are missing.
I got the old ones over here.
There you go.
Yeah, it's okay. If it doesn't work, we'll just break something and be fine.
Exactly.
Okay, now I got to put something across here so the hub will come out. So you've got to lay it on the outside or on the flanges in here. So what's worse, these or this for breaking?
These will break. This is probably more.
We'll snap that off.
It's got some more rigidity.
Yeah, we'll come off of here. Of course, you got these rivets here, so nothing's even. So it's nice too. All right, let's go see how this works. All right, so. They didn't turn the light on, did they?
Nope. So we got it.
These rivets are going to probably indent my blocks and piss me off.
Isn't that much pressure?
It might. Luckily I found this laying around somewhere. That's too big though. Unlikely I found that laying around.
Exactly.
Okay, what else do we got to use? So we have this. That. That'll be enough. Oh, that came out easy. Make sure it drops on your bare feet.
Exactly.
Oh,
there we
my toe
go.
was almost. That's why I had this bucket here.
Ricochet off it.
Well, it hits the safety mat and bounces this way. That's how we do it around here.
Exactly.
We're all about safety.
Exactly. Got bare feet, Crocs on.
Yeah. Well, don't even have my earplugs in either.
They're important when you're on the press.
Okay, so now we got to figure out we're going to press this back in. Okay, so we have a tube over here that I was using for something before. Let's see, we're pressing it the other way this time, aren't we? I use that on something else. I forget what it was for.
That's a good idea.
It was a rear belt drive system, so maybe it's around that.
Yeah, right.
It took me a while to figure out what that was. Okay, so now we're going to go the other direction. So now we need a tube to go around this. You got one of those in your back pocket, don't you?
I do not, but we may find one in here. Maybe not.
Well, not that one. Spacer. What were we using? There it is. See? Not fit. Fit.
Perfect.
I machined it deeper. There's our tube. Boom! Now do we need a tube? The problem is the tube doesn't work on that very well. I got a bearing race I was using. A lot of times bearing races work good. Do they work? The problem is there's not much contact to run this through the rest of the way.
Right.
That's probably all we got that's going to work very well. Yeah. Multiple things to play with, and none of them were good. Too big.
What's the tapered one for?
Exhaust pipe work.
Oh,
You got this size here, and you got this size here, expands it out.
oh nice.
And you got this one here, does your sizes here on this one, and you can pull it out because it's tight.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I ever had a problem with sticking in the hole. There's all kinds of tools around here. My drawer's full. There's a drawer missing. Right in that drawer. Where's the other drawer? That drawer.
There we go.
Knucklehead left main bearing. Knucklehead's a good bike, see?
Exactly.
That's why you keep your worn out parts. The bearing area is not very good in there, but it works good for this application. A lot better. Okay, I like that one. You like that one?
Yep.
Okay, good. Now we need one for this side. Yep. So we need a big one to go on here, either inside or on the top. See this area right here is flat, steel. You can come off of that. Bigger than that. Too big. Too small. Get better. Too big. That was too big, it's not. No, actually that'll work. Perfect. So you got clearance side to side, that means it's not digging it on the radius or channel. So that'll work. It's above the height of this, see? So we can push on it easily. Not that the press is bigger than this, but. Alright, so there's our tools. So we got knucklehead part and modern part. If you got a big enough vise, you could have used a vise for all this.
Yeah.
But even I don't have a vise that big. Okay, so now we're going to go like that. I'm going to put this right here. Let's see. Put a hit on that. Kind of guess where center that's at. Feel in there where I think it belongs. Can't really see very well, but when it gets closer, it'll figure out where it needs to go to. Okay. Make sure you don't put the bad one back in.
Yeah, exactly.
I've done that.
Really?
Yeah. Much pressure, let it center. Okay, we're stopped. Did you hear that sudden stop?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not all the way in because it's not sticking through. See?
Oh, yeah.
So, got to eyeball it. That's close. But not going. Clunk where it stops.
There we go.
There, find a better center. Get off that edge so you don't cut
Yeah.
it. And that time to stop again. That time should be all the way. Spin that. Spins free. That's a good sign. The next test says you take it out of here. Hold this and spin it. And it's clean. And when you put on your man shaft, you do the same test. You spin this and spin it separate and see if it wobbles anymore.
Right.
Hopefully it doesn't.
Hopefully not.
Okay, we don't need this stuff here. Got a snap ring somewhere?
On the bench.
Oh, someone left it on the bench?
That's it.
A hell of a place to leave tools.
That's it.
So you get a sharp edge and a dull edge. Sharp edge goes up. That way it digs in the groove better. Less chance of it falling out from somebody putting it in wrong. See, like that. It's in wrong.
Cool.
It's a good sign when you hear that clunk. If you
And
can,
spins.
if you can spin it, it is in. Check it again. The brains are going clunk, 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 clunk. That's good. All right. There you go. Yeah, this one's not broken like the last one.
Exactly. Right now it's not.
Yeah, doesn't change. So someone's into silicone, I see.
Yeah, I know they really filled everything up.
So this here used to be in here, I can tell. What about the other piece that's missing?
What other piece?
The 90, the angle piece that goes around the whole edge. Looks like a little hat.
Maybe it's at home.
Was it good? Destroyed?
I don't recall.
That's the lock tab that goes inside of this. When this expands out, it drops up through it, so you can't compress it. That's what keeps it from coming out. That's why you broke your tools off. So you gotta make sure you have that part. It's not.
Have you got one, just
bad.
in case?
Why?
Put a new one on it, in case it's bad or I lost it.
Why would it be bad?
So I did some damage, obviously.
Yeah, so it comes up in the bottom like that, so you got a hat on the bottom, and it comes straight up through it. It fits relatively tight in here.
Okay.
So you can see how this goes inside here, about 30 thou. So you only got about 15 thou clearance in it, so you can't go in far enough to get the clip to come up.
Right.
Unless you break the ear off like some people do. Alright, so we'll have to figure out where that's at. So what's going on with this out here?
Just put it down, check the seals and everything.
Pretty hard. It's pretty flexible. So how old is the silicone?
Good question. That wasn't my doing.
So that's the twin cam seal, because it has the double lip sticking up.
Oh, okay.
It's got this lip sticking up.
Right.
That's twin cam. Evos don't have that. Unless they got it in backwards. I'm not seeing the second seal. That one's only got the one seal.
Goes backwards?
Yeah, it's in backwards.
Perfect.
See, this your seal lip is trying to keeps you away from going in.
Right.
So you got a little short lip, and you got a big long lip. The long lip is the part that seals, so the taper ramp is coming from this way coming out. That means the oil can go through it. This way here, you get more of a sharp edge where it hits against it. That's what keeps the oil from going into it. So we're trying to keep the oil from getting into the seal right now, inside the primary. Is that how you want it?
No.
Why not?
I wanted the correct way.
Well, it's got silicone. It must be correct.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
Scooped it up.
They would put that in wrong. Is what you're saying? Come on.
Seems to be the case.
It's professional Harley mechanics. No way. See, that's the outside edge there. Goes in like this. It's not supposed to go.
You're right.
It's a backwards looking seal. Twin cam.
That's hilarious.
Twin cams are just ass backwards. That's why they make them. Yeah, that was a good one. Did it leak any?
It wasn't too bad.
She got enough silicone on there.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, so I got to clean some of that off to get to it. And this one over here, you want to do something about that too? Or we're going to leave it
Yeah,
alone?
no.
Now this, they make two variations. They make a hat style and they make a flat style. This is the flat style.
I'll take
And they have
this
a
one.
rubber one and they have a steel backed one. So the hat style has another secondary lip that looks like this here that sticks up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got the seal going the other way and it's got a seal on this side.
Oh, okay.
So it's shaped like a hat because it goes up, that comes in from the other direction, so it comes up until it hits,
Mm-hmm.
and then the other piece sticks through it. So this is the earlier version.
You're probably not getting that much oil up there
And
anyway,
the late,
right?
see they had a solid seal, they went to a hat style, and they went back to a solid style.
Mm-hmm.
And they had steel, they had rubber, they like mixing it up. Keeps everybody guessing what is
Exactly.
correct and not correct. See, that's not the correct tool, but it will work.
How much oil do you realistically get up there?
As much as it takes to leak. Yeah, this is a tool for, I think it's my wrist pin tool.
Also seal removing.
See, it's a different size wrist pin.
Mm.
Yeah, this one fell out. So that is the steel one with the sealer on the outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's your like 03 and later, I think. Up until what, 7, 6, 6. This is a Dynaturd and it's 5. Oh, it's broken. Look at that.
Just casting that.
Yeah. Oh, that's some bad casting. Harley, look at that. There's turds everywhere. What year was it made? Something 7-5, whatever the hell that means. Wonderful. Alright, so you need to clean these holes up a little bit.
Okay.
That's the bushing in here. When the bushing gets bad, you replace it too.
How's that one?
It's getting there, but it's still got some wear on it.
You might as well do it now, though.
I don't know, do you have one?
I do not.
That's
Put
fine then.
them at a shelf that may have one.
I don't know. I might or might not. See, it's got Teflon gray shit on it.
Yeah.
See how it's worn away? You see the brass?
Mhm.
So that means it's getting worn a little bit. So that's the outer bushing for your jack
Yes,
shaft.
yeah.
So as it gets more worn, it starts moving
Warping.
things around, wobbling around, and
Mm-hmm.
causes noise and starts to bind up and stuff like that.
Ooh.
I'm sure you're not having those problems.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, we got to find some more parts now. We'll be back.